Hello, everyone. All right, we're doing our daily collective reading. So we're going to go ahead and set the intention that this message finds those who have been seeking it. We're going to ask that I'm an open conduit so that the divine can communicate through me, and that those who watch this will know within moments that this message is for them today, or if it is not, and they will get that aha clarity that they've been seeking, knowing that the divine is speaking directly to them. We're going to ask that everyone comes in with an open heart, with their ego and critical mind set aside, and so they can be receptive to the truth and to what is coming through from Spirit for them, for their highest good. Okay. Something tickling me. Let's do some light language. We're just going to clear the space and connect with the cards, and then I'll start. Landea si nadando seria. Honarea saria honea nambo seya neya nasombararion. Okay. I'm going to start out, I like starting out with this Island Time deck. It kind of just gives a nice overview of what we're looking at in general. So let's tune into that. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful day today. Feeling good, feeling supported. Okay. Well, that I say this and then literally pull out the Grim Reaper. Like, okie doke. So we're gonna be sending some love. Okay. Yep. I see what we're working with today. All right. So I'm going to try to be very loving in this reading. I have the Grim Reaper. It says the relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. Then we have the Chaser. Chaser in codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issue. Okay, so this is about a situation that has ended, okie doke, with the golden mirror. Okay, so we're looking at a situation today that's ended, but we have people that are holding on with the hope and expectation that this is a twin flame connection. So this is for the chasers. So if you are the chaser, this is for you. You have been dealing with someone. Now I'm going to say this very lovingly, and I hope that we can be receptive. We've either been dealing with someone who has been very self-focused. This has been a one-sided relationship. There's been some love bombing. Or we might have been the one who kind of came in kind of hot and heavy with something. So I'm feeling more likely that what happened, and it's so interesting because the series I'm doing this week is how to spot twin flame predators. And this is what I feel like we're dealing with right here, honestly, is this person came in pretty hot and heavy. They love bombed. They, declared this connection. They declared this love. They said, oh, you're my twin flame, and it triggered a trauma bond. It activated the nervous system, and now there's this energy of feeling very consumed is what I'm getting, like consumed with this person, with this situation. So unfortunately, when we're dealing with twin flame predators, these people tend to have an avoidant attachment style. Okay, they don't know how to emotionally connect with people. So what'll happen is they've got this idealization in their mind about this like perfect partner, and they will come in acting like, oh, you must be them. You must be this perfect person. You must be this perfect partner. And the reality is no one's perfect, right? We're all human beings. We're all going to have stuff. We're all going to have our things. So they kind of present with this energy of, you know, I know that you're the one. I know that you're perfect. I know that this is that. And then after a few weeks of being in that situation and then learning, oh, this person isn't perfect, they abandon, right? They abandon, and it triggers that fear of abandonment. It activates that insecure attachment style, and it creates that chaser energy, right? So I'm just trying to see some clarity on this with this dynamic that's going on. So this happens, unfortunately, a lot. For those on the twin flame journey, for those even just seeking a divine partner, a soulmate, you know, it's like this desire is so strong in the body that, it's like we want what we want, right? And so when it comes in and we have this person coming in that's declaring, I'm exactly everything that you've wanted, you know, it can be easy to be swept up in this, okay? So don't hold any judgment on yourself for that. It's okay. But this is, I have a lot of compassion for this situation. So we're in what a lot would feel is separation, and I'm sorry to be the bearer of that news, but this is not a separation. This person has abandoned. People don't abandon those that they love. They abandon those that they were using. So when they realized that you could not give them the dopamine hit, that fix that they were looking for, they said bye. So this is unfortunately what these people do. With this Grim Reaper, I have this kind of clarified here with the sacral chakra. So this situation has definitely taken its toll on the viewer, on this group, on these people. Sacral chakra is the one connected with the womb space. Okay, so this is our creativity, how we show up in the world, how we express ourselves. And what I feel is this situation has severely, what I'm getting is the word depleted these people, and made them feel like less than, made them feel like they weren't enough. It's very difficult, and I say this because I've been there. I've experienced this myself in the past when someone comes in and they do this, because it's like everything that you had wanted, it's everything that you had hoped for, and then boom, like out of nowhere, all of a sudden they like switch, right? And it doesn't take very long. It's within a few weeks. And it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, where all of a sudden like their behavior is very different. They're no longer attentive, and they're being very like accusational, like instead of being attentive anymore, now you're too needy or obsessed with them. So there's like this energy of conflict, and it becomes very confusing because we internalize this and say, well, what did I do wrong? I'm showing up wrong. So this is sacral energy. I'm showing up wrong. I messed up. It's my fault. So then we start self-gaslighting, saying, you know, trying to convince ourselves, maybe if I had done this more, then they would have stuck around. If I had not, you know, drawn so many boundaries, if I hadn't stood up for myself, if I could have been more understanding, if I could have been more supportive, if I could have, should have, would have, whatever, then this person would have stuck around, right? So this is like, I feel like it's my fault for how I showed up. The chaser. So with this, I have sacrifice. What I'm getting from this is, with this chaser energy, this feeling of I was abandoned by this person, it's really kind of coming to terms with the reality that, unfortunately, there was no abandonment because there was no real connection. It was a lie. It was someone coming in trying to play like a role, almost like play a character. These people who do this, they're very wounded. These are very wounded people. They have no sense of capability of forming emotional attachments. They don't know how to do that because they've experienced trauma, a lot of rejection in their life. And so they have this very idealized version of like what the perfect person is. So at first they present that that's you, you're this person. And then once they realized that, again, you're not perfect, no one is perfect, then it becomes your fault, right? It's your fault that you're not making me feel what I was hoping I would feel by finding this perfect person. And now there's something wrong with you and you need to fix yourself and you need to be better so that you can be this for me. And there's like this energy with this sacrifice where it was almost like stepping into that self-abandonment energy where we're so caught up with how this person made us feel in the beginning that we're coming into this space of like, well, I need to almost like abandon my own boundaries, my own needs, so that I can try to be for this person because they're telling me that I'm wrong. I'm the broken one. I'm the one who has the problems. And so there's like this, that codependent connection that comes from this, that starts to happen in these spaces where it's almost like our sense of validation for how we're showing up. We're seeking that to be like mirrored back to us through this person because they built a level of rapport for us or with us from the beginning, with like the love bombing and the attention and the praise and all of that kind of stuff. And then suddenly it's like all of that's taken away. We're like, well, what did I do wrong? It's like a child, like what did I do wrong? I just want you to keep treating me that way. And then they don't. And so this sacrifice in this space is like the sacrifice of self. I feel like really a lot of people really like abandon themselves in this situation, and they're still doing so with this hope and thought that this person is a twin flame and they're meant to be with this person and they're just in separation right now. That is not what is happening in this situation. This person used this group, and that's because they are very mentally unhealthy. They're a very wounded, damaged person, and this is what they do. They have a pattern in history of this. I guarantee you that you are not the first and you will not be the last that this person has done this to. With the golden mirror here, self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. I have truth with that. So it's reversed. So I feel like there's still a level of like denial with this about not wanting to face the truth, not wanting to really be honest with ourselves about what happened and how this person showed up in our reality and how they were not really what they presented themselves to be. So we're still in denial. We're still in denial thinking, okay, this person has to be my twin flame because they were so close. They were, we had so much in common and we had all these same dreams and aspirations and we had this and we had that. And I just hope that they're healing because, now that we're in separation, and this is denial of the reality that this was a very wounded, self-absorbed, unhealthy individual that came in and manipulated this group, these people. And it's like, we don't want to see it. We don't want to have to acknowledge this. Okay. Wow. Good stuff. Okay. So let's see. I had the Alice in Wonderland deck today. That's just what called, it's kind of coincidence because that's like the golden mirror and all this illusion and all this other stuff. So going down the rabbit hole. All right, so let's see if we can get some more information for this group as to what's going on with this situation, with this person. So it's very clear that we had a situation where someone came in, they really pulled out all the stops, love bombing, doing all those things, but they were a twin flame predator. They're not, this belief that there's separation happening and this person is going to come back, they're not going to come back. They have figured out that they can't get from you what they want, and so they're moving on to a new victim. They're not coming back, and they're not going to satisfy what you want, and let's be real, what you deserve, okay? So I've got 8 of Pentacles here, reversed. What I feel from this is like, this is usually like self-work, inner mastery, but with this reversed, I feel like it's kind of like putting our time and effort into the wrong thing. This is kind of being confirmed with this Temperance reversed. And then 6 of Wands reversed. So Temperance reversed, it's like there is an imbalance here. This is not, it's almost like I'm getting like an illusion. It's not what we thought it was. There's a need to like kind of realign back with kind of the truth of what we're dealing with. 6 of Wands is that the reversed, that's, I always call that like the ego card, right? It's like we're kind of stuck in this I have to be right. This has to be, and then this is what these people do. It's so upsetting because they're really good at it, and honestly, I don't even think that they set out most of the time to victimize. It's different from like intentional like narcissists or people that have like narcissistic energy. These other people, it's their avoidant attachment. There's there probably are more of like the snake archetype. Probably some came off as peacock archetypes, maybe even dragon archetypes. I have a feeling though that we're definitely dealing with an overactive wounded archetype here. Underactives they just don't tend to do the same type of manipulation that overactive archetypes do. It's just not typical. Sometimes the sheep might feel that way, but it's definitely leaning more towards overactive wounded archetypes that we've been dealing with. Okay, so we're focusing our energy like kind of in the wrong place. We're being asked to kind of realign, but we're really determined that like, nope, this has to be, I know it's them, it has to be. We've got the High Priestess reversed with the 8 of Pentacles here. So again, it's like we're ignoring our intuition. We're ignoring, I have a feeling for these people, it's like we know, right? There's a part, it just never quite sat. And that was probably a big thing of why this person got very bent out of shape. It was like they they kept feeling like you were doubting, and so their insecurity couldn't handle that. Like you weren't able to like really fully commit, really fully like be everything that they were wanting and hoping for, because there was just a little part of you that was like I don't know, I can't really fully get on board with this. And they like, that really triggered them. That really triggered their insecurities. 5 of Pentacles with this Temperance reversed. So, ooh, don't fall. That's that's connected to like a financial loss. and it doesn't necessarily have to be like financial. It's going to be like some type of loss. So this could be like a spiritual loss. I always take this card as like some type of rejection, like loss of worth, but like it's not necessarily like physical, right? Like 3D money. It's like a loss of my sense of worth, right? What I'm worthy of. So situation really did a number on people's self-esteem, this person. Two of Cups here. Yeah. So it's like, we're still really holding on to this idea of this relationship. It's very, very stubborn. Oh goodness. Okay. Yeah. I mean, my heart is just really activated for these people, because they were victimized, and they're really just convinced that this person is their twin flame, and that they're going to come back. And so they're holding themselves, like they're like waiting, and they're staying in this energy of like, it was my fault. I should have been better. I could have been better. I should have done more. And that's just not true. It wouldn't have mattered. There wouldn't have been a different outcome, even if you had been perfect. Because this person, you can't give them what they seek, because they're very wounded. And so what they're seeking needs to come from inside. It's like when people want, love from someone else, it's like you can't get something that you can't give yourself. I know that sounds kind of weird, but it's like, if you don't have self-love, you can't receive love from somebody else. You're not going to know what it feels like. You're not going to be able to like recognize it. And so that's the thing with these people. It's like, they're wanting to feel that, but they don't know what it feels like, because they don't have love for themselves. Okay. So how do we, I will say I have the Six of Cups on the bottom. So this is whatever's going on, like whatever made it so that this person could, I hate to say it, but like could do this. It activated something from childhood. This person was definitely a karmic, past life connection here, meant to come in to activate. Sometimes these can be some of like the best, like on a soul level, like a really good soul friend, because they are the most activating. Okay. So they have the ability to really wake us up, if we lean into that. So that was a big part of their purpose, okay, in the experience. But the situation, it's not a healthy dynamic. And I know that it's hard to hear, but they're not coming back. I know, and I can already feel so many are like, I know that they will. I feel this, like they don't want to hear this. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to stop watching this in the middle because they're going to get upset. But I'm just telling you, they're not. If they came in really hot and heavy like that, and here's the thing, even with twin flames, like that's not a healthy relationship. That's not a healthy way to start a relationship, is to just come in and do that love bombing, and to do that, you know, like, oh yeah, let me do this, and I'm going to get this for you, and I'll do this, and, you know, just ignore all the just reality of things. Like that's not, it's not a healthy way to start a relationship. When you meet your twin flame that you're meant to ascend with, there's going to be there's not going to be all the drama. It's just not going to be there. It's going to be peaceful. The two of you are going to be kind of like, I feel like I recognize this person. I feel like this feels familiar, but let's see. Like, let's take this slow. Let's see what happens. Let's see how this plays out, and things will start to build. And there won't be that same trauma bonding activation in the body. It's going to feel peaceful. It's going to feel natural, and it will happen over time with this connection, not with these situations where someone is just coming in and just professing their love and love bombing, and then all of a sudden when push comes to shove and the reality sets in that they ghost or abandon. That's not true twin flame separation. That's a twin flame predator. Like that's not healthy. Okay, so I'm going to move over into the extended with this. I do want to try to get a little bit more information about this predator. Like more confirmation about who they are. So if you're feeling at all attached to this, if there's any part of you that's like, oh man, I think she could be right, even though it feels really crappy in your body to have to admit it, follow me over to watch the extended. That's going to be inside my members only community referred to as the Collective. You can access that through the link in my bio, or if you're watching the replay on YouTube, you can find it in the description. I'm going to be looking at more details about this person. I want to know more about, like, what do they look like? What are they like? More about their wounded archetype. I definitely feel that they are an overactive archetype. Like, I want to get really clear for these people so that they know for sure, like, yeah, okay, I can't ignore this anymore. She's right. Because it's just not fair to you to wait for someone who was not real, if that makes sense. It's just not, it's just hurting you longer, and you deserve better than that. So I'm going to hop over into that and do that. Okay? All right. If anyone has questions about learning more about the witch's moon archetypes, what your archetype is, how it's showing up, how it's attracting other specific types of wounded archetypes, you can take the free quiz, which is located either through the link in my bio or again in the description. And same with booking your own personal reading. Okay, all right, I will see you all over in the private group. And for the rest of you, I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye.